What's up, Tech Warriors? Welcome to another episode of Total Tech War. Yes, I am the same guy from the last video, just got a bit of a haircut. Hopefully you guys do approve and I can get a thumbs up for short hair. Today's episode is actually about a new war, relatively new. It all started with the Galaxy Note a few years ago. It has taken off quite a bit. I believe Samsung has actually sold around 40 million Galaxy Notes, so that is quite impressive. Now in 2013, I guess you could call it the year of the phablet, with all major manufacturers really releasing or announcing their own version of a phablet. We've got Sony with the Z Ultra, we've got HTC with the One Max, we've got the Nokia Lumia 1520 just announced, I think a couple weeks ago only, and then we've got LG with the Optimus G Pro. The last guy left is Apple. I do expect in the next couple years we should see maybe an Apple iPhone Mega Ultra, Mega Ultra Max, I don't know, but I do expect something from Apple in the next couple of years at least. Now, what are we really comparing here? It's small screens versus big screens, right? Big versus small. Now, in most cases, yes, big is always better. You want a bigger PC monitor, you want a bigger TV screen, bigger laptop screen, bigger GPS, bigger MP3 screen. Big is always better. Now, with smartphones, obviously, there's a bit of a catch. You have to be able to make a call on the phone, right? You want to be able to make a call in public with your smartphone without having cars slow down and stare at you because you've got this big piece of glass in front of your face. So there's obviously a fine line. Now, every year manufacturers are pushing this limit with smartphones getting bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where we've coined this term phablet. Now let's actually look at this war and measure up exactly what are the advantages of both sides, phablet and a normal size smartphone. Now let's start with normal size smartphones. I mean, the two biggest advantages are portability. With a small phone, you can basically put it in any pocket and forget it's there. With a phablet, you can always kind of feel that weight. Now, if you're going for a light jog, that can be annoying. Even if you're walking, it can be slightly annoying. Depends how you sit, depends which pockets it's in. You always know it's there. Now, the second reason, and by far the biggest reason, is one-handed operation. Now guys, this is a hand, and for the most part, when you turn 18, your hand stops growing. Now, smartphones haven't been. They continually get bigger every single year, so something has to give, right? Now, that's where this whole war has come about. I mean, do you listen to this guy and try and make him happy? Or do you want all the other benefits that come with a bigger screen? Now, with one-handed operation, you can easily hit all four corners of the display without a second thought. It's just so comfortable to do. Now, yes, with a phablet, you can kind of get used to it, but for the most part, you really need two hands. I mean, you need one hand to hold the thing, and then you need this hand to actually do everything, especially with the Note, you've got the pen. I mean, let's say you're multitasking. Let's say you're making a sandwich with this hand. With an iPhone 5 or Galaxy S4 Mini, you can easily whip out the phone, send the text, put it back, and away you go. It's just so much more comfortable with one-handed operation. Now let's talk about the advantages with a phablet. And yes, there are quite a few. I actually found 10 main reasons why a phablet or a bigger screen is better than a normal size smartphone. Number one, and yes, you probably all know this, is watching video. Movies, TV shows, especially YouTube in my case. It's just so much more enjoyable. Imagine watching a movie on an iPhone 5S or an Xperia Z Ultra. Obviously, on the Ultra, you're getting a much better experience. Number two, gaming. Yes, gaming is pretty big nowadays. Everyone games just a little bit at least, and gaming is so much better on that bigger display. Look, I've got a 30-inch screen here. I'd rather play games on this than my 27-inch. I don't know why, I just enjoy it more. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Number three is image viewing. Just looking at all your images, all your photos that you've taken with your camera on that bigger display, it's just so much better. Number four is ebooks. Yes, a lot of people still read books even today. Not as much as they used to. More and more people are actually just downloading their books in the format of an ebook. Now, imagine reading a book on a 3.5 inch or 4-inch display. I wouldn't enjoy it. Number five, one that's overlooked quite a bit, is actually just navigation. Whether it's Google Maps or whatever maps you use, just being able to see so much more detail in the streets, in the suburbs, is just far greater. Number six, and a pretty big one, is actually just emails. I mean, being able to read all your emails on all that real estate far more enjoyable as well. Number 7 is multitasking. You can just see so much more real estate. You can see all your apps. When you scroll through them, you can do split screen, you can do pop-up window, you can do so much more at once. Number 8, another one that's overlooked, is productivity. Just Word documents, Excel documents, PDFs, just so much more productive with a bigger display. Now, number 9 is a pretty massive one. It's actually web browsing, and one of the most important reasons why I would want a phablet. Just having that big display, web browsing, it's just so much better. I can't overestimate enough how much better it is on a bigger display, and probably the single most important reason to get a phablet. Now guys, number 10, and probably not a huge reason, but just apps. Basically, a lot of apps can really take advantage of that big display, such as Facebook, Instagram, Flipboard. They're just so much better on that bigger display. Now guys, me personally, I've dealt with this war for quite a while, obviously starting with a smartphone, then going to a phablet, then going back to a smartphone. Now I'm thinking about getting another phablet again, just because of the web browsing. It's just so much better, and watching YouTube, which obviously I do quite a bit. But then again, I love the one-handed operation on smaller phones as well. So that's my war I've got to face. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, have you guys got a normal HTC One, thinking about getting the One Max? Maybe you've got the Xperia Z, thinking about getting the Z Ultra. Maybe you're thinking about getting the 1520 Lumia. I mean, let me know which of those reasons really will make you switch. I mean, the next time you go into a phone store and you see that big phone over there, maybe just take a second to think, what are the reasons why I would get this? And then come back to those 10 reasons I spoke about. And I bet you there's at least a couple of those reasons which are pretty important to you. So guys, that's about it for me today. I think we've finally broken down in detail the whole smartphone versus phablet war. Until next time guys, I'm out, and thanks for watching.